Father Peter here. Day 3 of the Holy Land pilgrimage began very early in the morning. The bus left St. George's at 5:45 a.m. We boarded in silence and drove through silent streets in early morning Jerusalem and headed down to Wadi Qelt. Wadi Qelt is in the Judean desert. It is the place where the story of the parable of the Good Samaritan took place. As you may remember, the parable of the Good Samaritan begins with Jesus telling a story about a man who went from Jerusalem to Jericho. That dangerous road runs down through the Judean desert, through Wadi Qelt. Remember, a wadi is a dried riverbed. We got out of the bus in the pre-dawn darkness just as light was coming up, and again, walking in silence in that contemplative, prayerful state, we walked in a place that is spectacularly beautiful. It is awesome in its barrenness. Many went up to the peak and looked down over the valley with Jericho on the left and the Dead Sea on the right. Then we came back and we had communion at an outside altar. There we read the parable of the Good Samaritan and then shared in the bread and wine of Holy Communion. After the Eucharist was over and we headed back toward the bus, many Bedouin kids came to us to sell bracelets and keffiyehs. These Bedouin kids are amazing. There was a little girl there with bare feet walking on the rocks, and while the Eucharist was going on, she was humming and singing in the background. All in all, it was a spectacular morning, a holy morning. And after that, we got on the bus, rode down into the valley, and went to the city of Jericho, where we had breakfast. And after breakfast, headed up to the Mount of Temptation. But more on that to come. Peace and blessings.